So, welcome everyone. I am Stan, and today I will make a short workshop about how to facilitate workshops online, especially today when companies all around the world are embracing a remote working environment and the distributed teams are having to consider how to build good working relationship with remote colleagues and how to collaborate effectively, including via online meetings. And basically, with some preparation and game plan, your team can have online meetings that are just as productive and collaborative as getting everyone in the same room. So one of the saying, it's like, if to be prepared is half of the victory. So basically, if you go to online meeting with a game plan, you will see better results during and after you meet. So before I start, I would like you to go to menti.com. I will share my screen, and I would like to hear your opinion. Like basically, what kind of words pops up in your mind when you hear the words online meetings? If you submitted, yes, some words are coming and appearing here. So yeah, the webcam, black screen. This is the main words that pops up to your mind when you think about the online meetings, and it's true because when we moved from the face-to-face meetings to online meetings, we need to deal and face the new reality. So yeah, accessible, house, microphone. So after the meeting, I will share all the word cloud with you. So thank you for submitting your ideas. And now I will, now as well, I will try to show you I will be using the kind of presentation, and I hope you will like it. And before the meeting, I have sent you the ground rules, which is the rule number 1 to have successful online meetings is to create ground rules. So ground rules provide the meeting etiquette and will assist in the process by respecting everyone's time and ideas, as well as by providing a consistent framework for a mission, critical agenda, items to be addressed and resolved. And it's really important that you send the list of ground rules to the participants and challenge the participants on the ground rules at the beginning of the meeting. So when you do that, you know that your participants are aware of the rules, and it will go much easier. So I send you the ground rules, which I offered you. So like, be on time, be prepared. So it means when you send the agenda for your participants, you're expecting that they will go through the agenda. Then everyone must participate. If you invite someone to online meeting, be sure that the person is needed for the meeting. As well, like, silence means agreement. So if you have something against or you do not agree with some facts, you need to approach the problem during the meeting, but not just being silent all the meeting and then having extra comments. As well, mute yourself. So when you're attending the meeting, try to mute yourself, and so then the background noise is eliminated. So I send you the ground rules like I offer to use, but as well, it's really nice when you create the ground rules together with the participants. So you can use the Jamboard. It's really easy to approach, and all the participants before the meeting can put their idea, and then you can discuss it during the meeting. So the next important step when having the online meeting is create an agenda. When putting together an agenda, make sure that ask for input from those attending the meeting. Note anytime a decision needs to be made. If necessary, identify who will lead the decision for each agenda item or topic, and then leave room in the agenda for last minute additions or questions. So basically, it's really important that you have clear plan how you're going to, what you're going to do during your online meeting. So sometimes during online meeting, it can happen that some crazy stuff occurs or happens. This is why now I wanted to go to menti.com again, and I have another question for you to answer is, what was your awkward video conferencing moment? So for example, in my case, once it happened that I was during the online meeting and the fire alarm turned on in my house. So I wasn't prepared for that. It was false alarm, but still, I just said, sorry, I need to run for online to check the fire alarm. And what was your case? What kind of awkward video conferencing moments you had?
What?
So can you go to menti.com and use the code 8772829 and put the awkward moments of your online meetings, if you had so. Yeah, we had like road worker called, or nobody answered for a long time. Yeah, so pretty strange situations there like happens. So this is why it's really important to, when you go to the meeting, prepare your space. Before the meeting, find a quiet environment. Try to avoid the extra noises. Use your headphones so no background noise is heard. And I will share, because sometimes those awkward moments, they can go like really viral, and some people can laugh at it after the meeting. So what happened in one team, the boss turned herself into a potato and couldn't change it, and she stayed as a potato during all the time. So the next rule of online meetings is, try, if you're using the conferencing software for the first time, try it before. So then you will avoid the strange situations which might happen during the online meetings. So as well, when you facilitate online meetings, sometimes it's like really, really difficult to understand that you're online, and you need to speak slower and be steady. Like, keep the pace of your online meeting a bit slower than in-person meetings. Because the thing that with video conferences is that each systems, they need 2 or 3 seconds delay to communicate. So basically try to speak slower when you want to deliver the message. When you do online conferencing and online meetings, it's pretty difficult to express yourself as easy as you express yourself during the face-to-face meeting, because the thing that all the people see, it's like the face and half of the part of the body, the head. And during online meetings, it's important to use words to explain when you cannot show the thing. Like, for example, if you have your camera off, it's really important to use as many words as possible and using the easiest words so people can understand what are you talking about? And afterwards, it's really nice to ask if it was understandable, if people know what they should do. The next really important thing is to making notes. It's really important to making notes, because then you can make evaluate the meetings, evaluate the decision that you had, and so on. So for the notes making, I am using the Jamboard, because it's really easy. If you want to comment something, you just adding a sticky note, you're writing your name, for example, and you write the comments, what you want to explain on what you want to ask. And the Jamboard is visible for all people, so all people can check and answer the comments if there's a need for that. So use all the possible online tools and make the notes during the online meeting. The next really important step is, what are you doing after the meeting? So when the meeting is over, before the meeting is over, recap before you're done. So when the meeting about to end, have everyone recap the action items that they're responsible for. This is a way to make sure everyone understands who's tackling what and ensure accountability. That extra clarity is especially helpful when you can't see facial expression or body language. Then save your debrief for later. Sometimes people just, they're forgetting to leave the meeting and starting to give the comments. Even they're like alone in the room, they're like making comments after the meeting, and it can be visible for others, or other people, other participants can hear that. So before doing any comments regarding the meeting, just check if you left the meeting already, if you don't want people to hear that. The next is share the notes. So when the meeting is over, just not wait too much time, too long. Just send the notes for all the participants, so participants are updated, they know what to do next, and so on. This is the great opportunity to continue working when the meeting is over, so everyone knows what to do and so on. And then all the virtual meetings, they have some challenges. So one of the challenge is, so let's do that. Let's go to menti.com. I have another question for you. So have you had a Zoom fatigue? So let's vote. Let's check. Yeah, so some people, they had Zoom fatigue, some people, they don't know. So basically the Zoom fatigue is a new term which is getting popular now, and it just because virtual calls and meetings are comparatively easy to set up, and some leaders and project managers may abuse their accessibility. The solution to this issue with virtual meetings is simple: schedule fewer meetings. As a project manager, you can choose to batch meetings with specific departments or specific days, limit meeting duration, and use collaborative workspaces to handle quick questions and updates. The next issue is technical issue and losing time. This is why it's really important to before having the meeting, test the software you're going to use and have backup plan always. As project manager, you should send the details for the backup plan. For example, if the Zoom is not going to work, just send the link to meeting using, I don't know, Google Meets or another meeting software. So in this way, you are just saving time of all the participants of online meeting. The next issue is distant time zones, because as the project manager, you may fall into the habit of prioritizing yours and your team's time. But it's really nice when you consider the time of your partners. So it's not necessary for you to wake up at 5 in the morning to have the meetings with Colombia or, I don't know, with Myanmar. But it's really nice to ask participants which time is suitable for them, which time is best for both of you. And in this way, you show that you really appreciate the time of your partners. And then we have another challenge which can happen with the meetings is communication gap. So when we talk about the communication gap and how to avoid it, it's really nice when you distribute a clear, concise meeting agenda beforehand. Then create slides deck presentation and send the presentation for the participants. Always end a virtual meeting with exact action items for every attendee. So before ending the meeting, ask if it's clear. Use mind mapping as well. So put the names near the task which should be done. Stick to the meeting plan. So try to avoid going and talking about tasks which are not related to the meeting. Use file and screen sharing tools to engage attendees, and remember to call each person by name when you need a response. And then as well, ask everyone to mute the microphone and to avoid the noise which is not necessary during the meeting. One more important thing is as well lack of visual feedback. As we not always people want to have the camera on and you cannot see the expressions they have. You cannot understand if they understood what you want from them. This is why it's really nice when you have online meetings, ask participants to have the camera on and as well use the gallery view so you can see all the participants on one page and you can see their expression, you can see their body language as it's possible. This is why I'm using a lot of my hands, because when I'm speaking, I like to express myself with body language, not only with the word. So this is why it's really important. Lack of engagement. It's true that having online meeting, it's more difficult than having face-to-face meeting, or having online workshop. It's not so easy than having face-to-face workshops, because people are lacking of engagement. They need to do activities. They need to feel that they are participating. So this is why ask them to use reactions. So for example, is it clear what I'm saying? Can you show like thumbs up using the reactions, or I don't know, clapping, but use the reactions that you have, you have in Zoom. So engaging people or using screen share, so make the life easier during the online meetings. Then as well, the next challenge will be being creative and interactive during the meetings. So use the screen share, chat role, and breakout room function in your main meeting tool combined with other tools such as Mentimeter, Google Docs, or Slides, Miro, and so on. There's like plenty of tools, online tools you can use to engage your participants during the online meeting, and as well to have a perfect results after the meeting is over. And probably one of the most important challenges that we have during the online meetings is perception of time and attention span. It happens that, for example, attention span of people in 2000 were like 20 seconds. In 2013, it's only 8 seconds. So even goldfish has a longer attention span than person. So this is why try to ask people the questions, try to share the screen so they're changing the concentration, so they're not like getting somewhere away from the meeting. And do you have any questions related to online meetings?
What about the challenges? I've heard that at your last meeting, the organizers send you some boxes or whatever and ask you to solve some puzzles or whatnot. How's that?
Yeah, so basically this is the way how you engage people to participate. Because having this the attention span using online meetings, it's really nice when person can attend up to 1 hour, not longer. When you have longer meetings, you need adequate breaks and so on. And sending the box with some material, it's really nice because you engage people, because at the same time they are participating online, but they're having tasks offline, so they can touch. Because we learn much better when we're able to touch the things, when we're able to try the things, especially with non-formal education. So basically, when you send some materials related to the project, related to the topic, and you ask participants to do that, it makes them engage. It makes their participation and satisfaction of being on online meeting higher. So this is why sometimes it's really nice when you can engage people, not only using the screen share or Miro and so on, but as well using the materials which you send to participants.
Do you have any more secrets of how to boost engagement, say, for example, or rather involvement in the meeting, especially when it comes to, say, project partners or participants in a youth exchange or something like that?
Yeah, so basically one of the most important is to use the online tools you have. So you can, when you having youth exchange or I don't know, the partners meeting, and you need to brainstorm, and you use the flip chart on the table and all the participants are writing. The same you can do with Jamboard. You just have a question and you ask people to brainstorm using their ideas, but using as well breakout rooms. So creating a smaller groups where they can discuss, when they can share ideas, and in smaller group, it's easier for them to explain everything and to brainstorm on things. So the combination of different online tools which are available now, it make participants to want to participate. Any other questions?
You gotta make blog post about it.
I will try. So if there is no questions, let's go the last time to Miro.com, and I would like to hear if this workshop was valuable for you. So go to Menti.com, use the code and vote. As well, like what I like about these online tools, that you can use GIFs, you can use memes, and you can use different visual materials, and in this way you can feel people engaged and people are participating in this way. So thank you very much for participating in online workshop. After the presentation, after this workshop, I will send you the presentation of today's workshop with all additional information. As well, I will send you some extra materials you can use in your future online meetings. So thank you for being here. Stay safe and see you next time.